Chasta here for Soundwaves TV. Very excited to be talking to the boys of the Happies. How's it going, guys?
Very good. Stoked to be here.
Yeah, so we've got Nick, right?
Yes.
And Brett.
Yep.
Thank you guys for driving down. You're from the North Bay.
Yes.
And so you drove all the way to Pacifica kind of on last moment.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh, we got to get them in the studio. So thank you for making the trip.
Thank you for having us.
So I was checking you guys out, and I'm like, I did not read your bio or anything yet. I try to listen first and kind of get the vibe and then go, okay, this is how I feel, and then read the bio. And I was like, this is like surfer grunge. Sure enough, that's exactly what it says.
Cool, there you go. Yeah.
Where did you guys come up with surfer grunge? Like, it's like the 50s and the 90s had a baby and you're it.
I love Bradley Nolan. I like Kurt Cobain. And I thought a lot of those people were gone too soon, but their music was like really passionate. And I would always hear their acoustic stuff. And I think I just subconsciously, I like the Doors a lot too, and a couple other random bands. But I think I just listen. You kind of are what you listen to. And it's really, music's recycled. You know, it's all the same stuff, but it's like you're re-inspired by it. So I think those two artists, are really cool, and I get a lot from them. And we went out to LA and met the Knoll family and some of the Cobain family. They showed me Kurt's room and all this stuff. It was really cool.
That's cool.
I just dig them a lot.
I've interviewed Law, Bradley's son's
we
band.
played with him in SF.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
really great kids. Yeah, that's cool. Any Beach Boys love there? Because I hear that.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
a little bit.
Help Me Rhonda and like Good Vibrations and those songs.
And
I
definitely
love.
like all the background vocals that we do. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's
we
true.
always have like at least 3 of us singing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
those harmonies in there.
You
and
get that
everything.
beach, chill, laid back vibe.
Yeah.
But with like a really kind of hardcore grunge sound. It's super interesting. I
Cool.
found it really, really interesting.
Thank you.
So
Thank
you
you.
guys have a really interesting story as well. I believe it was you. Can we talk about this? I hope we can.
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah, no
It
problem.
was you that went to jail for a minute.
Yeah.
And when you came out, you had a moment with your parole officer. Can you tell that story? Because it's really fascinating.
So maybe 2010 or no 2010 I was on probation and I was in a drug court and stuff like that, and I couldn't go to bars. I couldn't be at a place where alcohol was getting served.
Yeah.
So I went and I did a show and my PO was there and I like played. It was good. She was like, and then she told my PO and my PO was like, okay, you can go. That's how I started being able to go to venues because I was 20 at the time, so I couldn't even. And it was just like I could have gone to jail. You can get remanded for breaking the rules.
course,
It was a really strict program.
Yeah.
But it was good. It saved my life.
So she was really impressed with your show, right?
Yeah,
and she was
she
like,
liked
okay,
it.
deal is, and tell me if I'm getting this right, deal is if you continue with your music, I'm going to let this one go.
Yeah.
That's a cool parole officer.
Yeah, it is. Well, they knew it'd keep me out of trouble. They knew
Yeah.
that music I could express myself in the addictive side without having to indulge in like bad shit.
I
They
love
knew
that.
It's like a
I talk about rock being medicine a
It is,
lot,
yeah.
you know, or music in general, but, you know, for me, rock. And I feel like you guys are kind of the embodiment of that. You know, it's like music has been healing for you.
Yeah, we definitely. I mean, whatever we're going through, type thing. When we're all together and playing music, it's just like, you know, that's what definitely like makes us like ultimate happy and
Yeah.
you know, even if it's not happy all the time, like you're just putting it all out there, and yeah, we just mesh really well together, and we love what we're doing. So
You can
it
tell.
kinda, like spreads that message.
You can hear it, you can feel it, but you kind of take on some heavier stuff in this like sort of happy feeling music. You're talking about some deeper things. You talk about mental health issues and bettering yourself. Let's talk about Cut the Rope.
Yeah, Nick's really good at songwriting, and like he just busts out all day these like A and B parts of like a verse and chorus that are just like hits. And then we kind of like put our little twist on it, but he like writes all this stuff like all day.
Just kind of flows out of you.
Like throughout the day or just on the way to work or leaving work, you know, just like sometimes I'll have something in my head, and I started with tape recorders. I'd record something before I'm going to sleep, and then it was like I would do my cell phone, I'd film, and so I do a voice memo and then digital recorders, and just blends of a lot of stuff, and like the anxiety or exhilaration I'm feeling, like will mesh between all these other songs and stuff I heard growing up, and just get like me inspired to write something that is natural and just
you're just kind of channeling all that into
it's
these
kind of a
songs.
little bit of free flow consciousness, like, state of consciousness, and some of it, like I would say there's definitely like a little bit of that for sure. In our songs, where it's like just stream of consciousness type thing, and what it would sound like, or like if it had to have a tone to it or a feeling, just I don't know.
It's true. Well, like with Cut the Rope, a lot of people say like rip off the Band-Aid. Now my new thing is like hashtag cut the rope, right? Just whatever is plaguing you in your life, whether it's a crappy person in your life or it's an addiction or whatever, just be done with it, right? And that's what the song seems to be about.
No, it is. And my friend actually brought it to me, and we were playing it, and then I wrote the verses, and it was kind of like at that time about like he was talking to someone who was involved in drugs, and he was like, I can't hang out with this person because the complications. This person's crazy.
Right.
And then for me, it was like, I got to stay away from people who are using like these hard drugs and that lifestyle, because they're gonna ruin me. Like I have to cut that shit off, and just I don't know.
You guys are very wise, because you're younger fellas, but you've got a lot of wisdom.
Old souls, a little bit.
Old souls.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe you did some of the crazier stuff in your early years. You learned from it. Now let's move on with
like seen
We
it.
still are fucking up.
Let's be real.
No, we've seen a lot of stuff happen, and we know what we don't want to happen.
Right.
It's hard to like get to the point that you want to be at, but we know what we don't want to happen.
Yeah.
We
So
don't
it's like,
what we can't have.
Yeah.
Like
I'm very into self-help books and
Yeah, me
literature.
too, me too.
Right.
Big
And
time.
so when I
Big
heard
time.
you, I was like, oh, this is like a musical version of the Audible books
Yeah.
I listened to almost.
He literally
Stage
tells
theatrics and a lot of different stuff.
he'll send us like, because you probably like fall asleep like every night to some like
I listen
speech
to
or something.
affirmations every
Me
every
too.
single night.
Oh my
And
God,
so
we're
he
kindred
sends
spirits.
us some like all the time.
I'm always sending Dennis this stuff. I'm like, listen to this one.
I push it on people who are going through a lot of crap, because I feel like society can reinforce, or depression can reinforce stuff that isn't like beneficial. So I think it's good to wire your head with positivity and like stuff that you got to hear that's going to actually make your day better, and yada, yada, yada. And
The way I look at it is it can't hurt, right?
Yeah.
To be positive,
Yeah.
to be putting positivity in your brain at all times, it can't hurt.
And some people will be like, you have to be negative. And I think that I get a lot from that. That's a reoccurring topic that I hit on in music a lot, is like what people tell you have to be, in my opinion on that. I don't believe that we're like one thing or have to do. I don't know.
I really love your vibe. I love the happies. I love the whole vibe. Just from the sound, to be able to like just rock it and chill, but also really what you're speaking to.
Thank you.
Is
Seriously.
really important. All right, so let's introduce the video. You guys have this video. We're gonna show it right here on Soundwaves TV. So you guys feel free to introduce it.
This is the Happies, and you're listening to Cut the Rope and watching it now.
Yeah, check it out, y'all. Filmed by Will Rushton.
Shout out, Will.
You're watching Soundwaves TV. We'll be right back.